Better Call Saul, Season 4, Episode 2. Breathe. Yeah, you, go ahead. Breathe. Let's do it. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Affan, and welcome to my channel. In the previous episode, we saw that Jimmy has fully turned into Saul, just laying it out on Howard. Kind of felt bad for Howard. Poor Howie. He was just trying to open up to Jimmy, and yeah, he just threw it right back at him. Kim's getting better. Kim's recovering well, so that's good. Mike's taking his new job a bit too seriously, and Gus is on to Nacho. So let's see how the drama unfolds in this episode. Without any further ado, here we go. Was that Hector Salamanca? Might be. That's definitely Hector. The twitching guy. Yep. Wait. Is that Gus's doctor? I think it might be Gus's doctor, you know? It's too dark so I could barely see him. Gus's guy's here, so it's definitely Gus's doctor. Alright, cool. Betting's not fun. Don't bet. It's a stupid thing. I mean, do whatever, but you know. Hey, it's the Gus. It's the Guster.
He's getting very good care here. Might it be different if he was in the care of someplace like Johns Hopkins, perhaps?
Take him to Maryland.
Or it could make no difference at all. But in the end,
doesn't even matter. Lincoln Park.
Isn't this what he deserves?
I decide what he deserves.
Now it's time to die.
No one else.
That reminds me of the events of Breaking Bad. That makes a lot more sense now. Why he himself would want to be there. Because he has to decide. And of course, yeah, no. It's not the smartest of choice, let's just say. Orange juice.
Good. Vitamin C. It'll help you heal quicker.
I don't think it works like that.
Huh? It might. You don't know. A sandwich that's got definite healing powers.
That I believe.
Coffee. Put a little cinnamon in it for flavor.
You're up early.
Yeah.
And he's ready as well.
This is your office now. I don't want to be a distraction.
But you're not a distraction.
That's right, because I'm going to be out there finding me a job. Wish me luck.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Oh, Thai or Mexican?
Bow tie. Bow ties are cool. Nah, I love tie. Actually, that's a tough one. Both are amazing. Half and half?
If there's anything important, Howard knows how to find me.
So what happens to Chuck's assets, his properties, the money he had and stuff like that? What happens to that? I mean, if he has a will, then it goes to the people that are in his will. But if he doesn't, then what happens? He doesn't have any kids or anything like that, right? Wouldn't it then go to Jimmy? He's the closest kin, right? Nacho?
Papa.
I love the way he says Papa. Well, it's not over. I think Papa knows that it's not over like that. Do you know what I mean? I was talking about something else, but even if, let's say, Hector had died, it still wouldn't have been over. Do you know what I mean? Because you don't get out that easily. Not from these guys. I mean, we saw that in Breaking Bad. Do you know what I mean? Not happening. He's doing the same thing Hector did with Nacho to pay him to leave.
Puedes quedarte con eso. Nadie viene por él.
Oh, Papa, come on. I get it, though. I get it.
Mijo,
Called him son.
¿y cuándo va a terminar esto para ti?
En eso ando trabajando.
Oh, Papa. I think he knows the answer is never. I think that's why it kills him so much, you know? Why it bothers him so much is that he knows the answer is never to that. Oh, he's losing his hair. Well, Gene is half bald, so had to start at some point. Neff Coopers. Damn, that's quite a printer. Bigger than my desk.
They started this company almost 50 years ago.
Neff said.
This generation is all hacky sack and video games.
Ain't that the truth?
That is the truth.
Hummels.
In your face. In your face. Xbox and PlayStation. Come at me, bro. And a PC.
I love a crack at it. I've been told stubbornness and persuasiveness are two of my top qualities.
I have to say, Jimmy does know his way around a copier.
No kidding. Says here, you
were a lawyer.
Being a lawyer, my job was sales. I was selling the judges, I was selling the jury. Sometimes I was selling the clients.
Well, Jimmy's job in particular was a bit more sales than a regular lawyer, but I get his point.
Selling.
I hear what you're saying.
But why were you suspended?
Well, you make a lot of excellent points, Jimmy.
I like how he changed the subject there. Completely didn't answer the question, which was what happened, why did he stop? But that just goes to show how good he is as a talker, as someone who will persuade, you know, your customers.
A healthy, strong heartbeat. Ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk. That
He's selling their machines to them.
chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk. That is a successful business. And that's what we're selling.
Double barrel?
Jimmy, welcome to the team.
It worked.
Really?
Damn right.
Congrats. We'll get you
Too easy.
in HR, fill out your paperwork, and hopefully you'll be all set.
Jimmy's used to tougher clients than this.
Yeah, huh?
I just come in and did that little song and dance, and I'm in.
Yeah, right. That's right.
Are you out of your mind?
What?
You don't know me. You guys are like a couple of cats. Like come
Whoa.
in with a shiny object around you. Like I want that. No due diligence. No background check. No, just hire the guy that says them fancy words. I could be a serial killer. I could be a guy who pees in your coffee pot. I could be both.
So you're not taking the job?
No, I'm not taking the job. Suckers.
What?
I feel sorry for you.
See, I've noticed this thing. He's going through a lot. I get that, and so an outburst like that. In a time like this. But I have noticed something about him, other than the fact that whenever he's good, it doesn't work. Whenever he's bad, it
Are you
works.
still interviewing for the sales associate position?
Whenever he plays someone and it goes too smoothly, he's not satisfied. Do you know what I mean?
James McGill.
And this was like the first real, like, exaggerated sort of example of that. I wonder why that is. Oh, have you guys noticed it? I might just be making shit up, which won't be the first time.
Papa, look how high I can go.
See, because he... We'll talk at the end. He went for another interview, so it's not like he wasn't looking for a job. He wanted that job.
Time to get you back to your mama.
5 more minutes?
Oh, honey, come on.
Please.
5 minutes. You're on the clock.
Thank you.
It reminds me of that video where that kid is swinging and you can't tell which way it is, if it's like this or if it's like this. It's such an interesting video. If you haven't seen it, look it up.
Straight down the hall, this into your room on your left.
Thank you.
It's like an Indian yoga sort of place. Music was sort of South Asian-ish, you know what I mean?
Travel to conference with distributors. Albuquerque is one of many stops.
Okay.
Okay.
Just waltz through my warehouse, interfere with operations, and strong-arm my facility manager. Why?
I'm on your books as a security.
Doing his job.
If I show my face in your warehouse, it makes for a better cover story. Plus, you had a few things that needed correcting, so continue.
That's not the point. Raises the threat of exposure.
The way I see it, it lowers the threat. Like I said, now there's a face to the name that cashes the check.
Yeah, that's true. Also, I won't question Mike when it comes to things like these.
What's your plan, then?
Madrigal has 8 terminals in the Southwest. 1 down, 7 to go.
If I asked you to reconsider.
I'd ask you to do the same.
Lovely. Her heels, though. There's like a good 2-finger space in her heels. Is that how it's supposed to be?
You have Gus Fring's respect. I'd want to keep that if I were you.
I think by doing this, he's gaining even more of his respect. But you never know. I don't know. Guess might not like Mike going outside of the orders or directions he was given.
Dr. Bruckner's visiting from Johns Hopkins, and we're asking her to take...
We can co-manage care if you like. We can...
No, he's all yours.
Thank you.
Let us know if there's anything you need, anything at all.
I think the guy just wanted to get out of here. He's like, these 2 bald pricks are annoying. Yeah, los primos.
¿Ustedes son familia?
Sí.
Hijos.
Oh, they talk.
Nuestro trabajo es estimular esas mismas partes para que puedan reconectarse. Vamos a empezar aquí, con las piernas.
Don't worry. We're still running things.
No, when those 2 are around, you're not running anything.
Él puede oírlos. Cuanto más le hablen, vamos a hacer todo lo posible para ayudar.
Bueno.
Mucho gusto conocerlos.
Probably Nacho's gonna talk to him. These others are not really the talking types, you know?
Marvin.
Yeah, see, they all look to Nacho. Although it should be them, because they're the family, right? They're the close ones. Oh, they're all gonna take turns?
Don Héctor, todos nuestros hombres se han mantenido ocupados, realmente ocupados.
Yeah, I don't...
Nos mantenemos al corriente del conteo. Todo se ve bien.
Tuvimos un problema con esa pandilla de mierda en Lomas, pero les mostramos algo bien firme. Nos encargamos de eso.
Nadie quiere meterse con los salamancas. Nadie.
They're saying all the things he would want to hear. Are you 2 bald pricks gonna say something? You're the family. Like, fucking... Come on. The expression from Nacho.
Se ve bien, don Héctor. Los doctores lo van a mejorar.
Nacho's like, oh, I hope they don't.
Va a superar esto. Y estar más fuerte que nunca.
Wow. I like you wanted to choke him right there in his bed. Gustavo.
Yes.
It's me. Can we meet?
Now is not a good time.
I'm in town. I can easily...
Smee? Isn't Smee Anakin's mother?
So I'm just supposed to let him keep stealing my employees' badges?
No, just give him one. He's your employee.
This isn't something I want to spend my time worrying about.
Then I suggest you give the man a badge.
Hey, easy fix.
Varga and Salamanca's man, Cologne. They came by in the afternoon. Nephews were in his room all day. Bruckner saw him 3 times, couple of specialists.
With her. They took him for a brain scan.
Come on. I don't know why I thought it's like my glasses or something. It's just the video. It blurred the docs. What does the report show? Wait, this is HHM, right? They lowered the flag. Is this because of Chuck? Or is that just... Or is it the angle? It might have been the angle. Okay, I think it might have been because of Chuck. 2003. 4-7.
But even I didn't think there was going to be this much paperwork.
Okay, so he wrote his will and everything.
The estate can provide a truck and storage for anything he chooses to keep.
That's okay. Jimmy doesn't want any of it.
You sure? I think the garage is pretty intact, except for some water damage.
He doesn't want it.
Okay, I understand. As far as Jimmy's concerned...
Awkward expressions on Rebecca.
It's what you give when you want to cut someone out of a will but not have it contested. Just enough money to show the recipient wasn't forgotten.
Chuck also left a substantial endowment for a scholarship for deserving youth. I was hoping Jimmy would agree to serve on the board.
I'll let him know.
Wow, she's angry. But, I mean, it's not his fault, like Howard's fault. You know, I was wondering, because if he did what he did, then I thought he might have left something.
Actually, Howard, we have a few more things to discuss.
Kim, please give Jimmy my best.
I will. It was very nice seeing you, Rebecca.
Is she so harsh on Howard because of what he confessed to last episode?
What were you thinking when you came to Jimmy on the day of his brother's funeral and laid that shit on him?
Ah, okay.
That Chuck killed himself? What's wrong with you?
I thought I owed it to Jimmy.
Did you owe it to Rebecca? You tell her your theory? That Chuck intentionally set himself on fire? I guess not. I guess you just saved that one. Who cares what it does to Jimmy, right? As long as Howard Hamlin is okay.
Kim, I don't think that's fair.
Fair? Let's talk about fair. Hey, let's let Jimmy dig around the fire-damaged wreck where his brother died screaming. And then let's let him pick up a keepsake or two. That is so fair. And did I hear you right? You want him to serve on the board of a scholarship committee? A scholarship that Chuck never in a million years would have given to Jimmy. Never. It is just, oh, what's this too, huh, Howard? What's in this? One last screw you, little brother, from beyond the grave? Am I really supposed to do this to him?
All right, Kim. What can I do to make it better?
Nothing. There is nothing you can do. Just stay away.
Oh man, that was painful. Oh, I felt so bad for Howard and Kim because they both are.
Yeah, I can always eat.
They're both going through it.
Couch is good.
She raised good points though, like, you know, that
5 minutes. One of the classic movies.
white heat.
Jaws 3 with
Jaws 3, there are 3 of them. I haven't even seen the first.
that didn't feel
Oh, copier.
This just wasn't a perfect fit. Yeah, how was your day?
Ooh, well.
Stayed here. No pressure from Paige and Kevin, but I gotta get back on the horse, right?
Oh, Kim. Jimmy, you son of a... Oh, you so do not deserve her. Am I jealous? Maybe. No, but I'm just thinking about the fact that... Because at some point she's going to find out that it was Jimmy's doing, the insurance thing, right? And... yeah, that's not going to go well with Kim. I feel bad for Howard too, because that really genuinely made him feel bad. Like he genuinely looked like he wanted to help. And fuck this show for making me hate him, like him, hate him, like him, feel bad for him, feel pity for him. Oh man. Are you gonna sell these to, is he gonna steal these from the old ladies and sell it to someone?
I'm not available at the moment. Leave a message.
Ermine trout. Should have gotten a trout fish, but in the, you know,
I think you're really gonna like this.
Tank, aquarium, whatever, I don't know.
We're taking 6 tonight. 6 keys is what the boss would want. You gonna back me up or what?
It's gonna happen. Vegetable oil.
Where's the rest?
This is game 5.
It's a one-time only.
Not the way we see it.
That's the way it is. Salamancas get 6. We're not leaving without 6.
The boss isn't giving orders. He can barely even open his eyes.
I'm giving the orders. Take the 5, I'll leave with nothing.
We're gonna pull his gun? Uh-oh.
Do you want to go?
Nacho pulled the gun, eh?
Put it away.
Do you really want to do this?
Oh my goodness, I can hear Voss. This guy is a maniac, don't take him on. Oh, Nacho, man. Hector does not deserve Nacho. Please do yourself a favor and look up Voss on YouTube. It's this actor, Nacho's actor. He plays a madman in that game. Oh, in Far Cry 3 is the game. The character name is Voss. Like a straight up sociopath, psychopath. I don't know what the right word is, but like a killer, like with no regret. Do you know what I mean? Someone who kills for fun. When he said, "You really want to go?" I was like, oh, that's so Voss.
In their pants.
No, you didn't. He did. And now they're coming around him. I see. They have dirt on Nacho. Bite the... well...
I know what you've done. The Salamancas, they do not. Do you understand what I'm saying? Look at me. From now on.
You work for me?
Are mine.
Let's go. I was so hoping, because Nacho deserves so much better than Hector. And not that Gus is any better. Like, Gus is a straight up monster as well. Like, I mean, look at this. Right? But he's not like Hector, do you know what I mean? If it makes sense, he goes for it. I think this would be a so much better match. Gus and Nacho. Or maybe because I like the actor, I don't know. Either way, I'm glad he's with a better person than Hector. But still a monster at the end of the day. Alright, that was quite an episode. Yeah, quite intense there at the end. Gus being an absolute Gus, really. You know, just Gus-like things. We forgot how badass he can be. Oh man, what monster he can turn into in a matter of seconds. But yeah, before I talk further though, if you want to see the full-length reaction, also if you want early access to these episodes, I upload these early on Patreon and then they come over to YouTube. So check it out. Link in description to my Patreon, and also in the description you'll find links to Breaking Bad, El Camino, and pretty much everything else that I've done. All playlists, the links are there. Check it out. Chances are there are things that you'd like to see, and it's all there. Thank you so much, every single one of you, for supporting me all this time. I really appreciate it, man. And I'm looking forward to the comments, because there are a couple of things going on in this one that I'm not entirely sure about. So we'll start at the start. So we'll start with Jimmy and his reaction in that store. Why did he kind of snap at Neff Coopers, or was it Copiers? I don't know, one of them. Why was that? Was it because it was too easy? I have noticed that when he's able to manipulate someone too easily, he sort of loses respect for him. He treats them differently than others. I've seen this before, and it has been very subtle. This was like the first time where it was very obvious that he got frustrated because of how easily he was able to manipulate people. Now, again, it could be that because he is going through something, and, you know, we might say that Jimmy's dead, and I said this in the previous one as well. Obviously, he's not completely gone, and so obviously Chuck, we saw how much Chuck mattered to him and how much he cared about Chuck. So, you know, it's not, you can't just forget about it like that. So maybe it was that, and he got frustrated and just took it all out on those guys. But I'm not entirely sure. It's something... could be a bit of both, but yeah, I mean, you know, if you look back at the people he scammed, the only time that he really felt bad about it was when he did it to the old ladies, right? That was the only time he actually went back and sort of, you know, redid the whole thing so that everything would be good for them and not him. Other than that, I mean, people that he's been able to manipulate, he hasn't even given them a second thought, you know what I mean? So that was something that popped into my head, and I want to ask you that question, you know, how exactly do you feel about this? Because obviously he went there to get the job. He got up early, he got ready, dressed up properly, and even after he came out of the office, he was looking for more jobs. So he actually was looking for a job. It wasn't like he just was going around pissing on people, you know, for his satisfaction. He was actually looking for a job. Oh, by the way, the title, first episode was Smoke, second episode Breathe. Really? Come on, show. I see what you're doing. Lydia getting annoyed with Mike. That was interesting. I like how she thought she could like manipulate Mike, like not manipulate, but like change his mind. Yeah, no, I don't think that's gonna work out all that well. And I loved Gus's response to Lydia as well, like just give him a badge. Like if the badge is the problem, make him one. He's your employee. You know. Now I wanted to comment on this actually during the reaction, but other things were happening, so I just ignored it, or rather wrote it, but like. Rather was going to come back to it later. White Heat, the movie you mentioned, I believe he has mentioned that movie before. And the only reason I think he has done that is because I think someone commented on it as a recommendation for me to watch. I'm not sure. I think it was in Breaking Bad, but I don't know when. I don't actually remember that. I actually remember a comment. It might have been just a random comment suggesting that movie. It could have been that as well. I did like the HHM lowering the flag. At first I thought it may be just the angle, but then when I saw the picture of Chuck inside and them dealing with Chuck's wills and everything, it was definitely for Chuck, and that was respectful, and that was good, you know. And what happens after that, I did not like that. Well, I liked it in the sense that Kim stood up for Jimmy, and that's great, right? Obviously, you want your significant other to be behind you no matter what. But at the same time, she felt really bad for Jimmy, and she felt like he was being mistreated in a way, right? People were being unfair to him and that it was too much for him to handle. And so she just went all out on Howard. And Howard is the second time he's getting dunked on by Kimmy and Jimmy. And it just made me think, like, imagine she finds out later that it was actually Jimmy who went to the office and did the whole, show and manipulated that person into thinking that he was actually being genuine, but he was there to get Chuck's rates up, malpractice insurance rates, a premium, and how she's going to feel then, because Howard was a friend to Chuck as well. And like I said, yeah, sure, he puts his business before everything, and I would too. I mean, it makes sense, but I think he did at some point maybe cared for Chuck as well, and you can tell that he did care for him as well. So for him to hear something like that must hurt. And and she was full of passion and rage, and she was speaking to him, so that must have quite an impact on Howard. So I just felt really bad for Howard. Poor Howie. And Jimmy is such a lucky bastard. He has no idea, man. He does not. Like, the personalities are such a mismatch, and this is going to sound a bit shallow, but even the physical appearance is such a, like, she's so out of his league, and he has no idea. I think he's completely oblivious to it, or maybe he isn't, because Kim is someone that he actually really cares for, and maybe one of the reasons why he does care for her is because he knows how out of his league she is. But he's a lucky guy, and I've had this fear for a very long time, and I'm afraid now even more so than before, because it looks like Kim has really started to care for Jimmy, and that's when she's gonna find out what he has done and how he has done some of the things that he has done, and that's gonna be devastating. So yeah, there's that. Yeah. Then there's the whole Gus and Nacho and them boys situation with Hector, the cousins telling the other two to speak, even though I think the cousins speaking would have had a much bigger impact since they are familia, and Gus, he says, I'm the only one who decides, right? His fate. And it made me think back to Breaking Bad and the events that occurred there. Now it makes a lot more sense, because I did think it was a little bit of a miscalculation, although hindsight is 20/20, but I did question why Gus did what he did in Breaking Bad, and it makes a lot more sense now. But yeah, and then that little trick there at the end. So he knew that this was going to happen, or whether he knew or not, I think they were just going to do that anyways, because, see, in that moment, I was actually thinking in my mind, I didn't say it out loud, but I was thinking in the previous episode, he said to Juan Bolsa that someone is going to try and take over the territory, and that is going to bring chaos and disorder and problems and so on and so forth. And well, if someone's going to take it over, it better be me. Better call Saul, right? Better call Gus. You know, if other people are going to create problems for me, I might as well just take over and, you know, resolve the issues before I have any issues. Do you know what I mean? Preemptive strike sort of thing. And he attacked the other guy because the other guy, wouldn't be so easy to negotiate with, let's just say. Whereas he has dirt on Nacho, so it would be a bit easier. Not easy, but easier to manipulate Nacho and use him to his advantage and make him yours. As we saw, it was quite easy in the end. But yeah, I love that actor plays Nacho. I love the character Nacho as well. He comes across as someone who really cares, and he's stuck in a tough spot and he's trying to get out, and well, we know it's not going to be easy. And Mike warned him that he has to worry about more than just the Salamancas, and there you have it. So yeah, I hope it goes fairly well for Nacho, but I think he pushed his luck there. And as much as that might seem like Gus knowing that he did something with the medicine, that might seem like a bad thing, it was actually a good thing, because I believe that is the thing that saved his life in that moment, because it could have been either one of them. But the reason I think why it wasn't Nacho that died was because of the medicine thing, because of the fact that they could manipulate him and kind of, own him, like Gus said. But yeah, it's a brilliant episode. A lot happened. Let's get in the chat. Let's get into the comments and let's talk. Let me know what your thoughts are up to this point. And thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, do drop a like. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. And like I said, check out my Patreon. These episodes go up way early there. Full-length reactions go up, even earlier than that. Thank you, every single one of you, for any and all support. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, have a nice